So first off, obviously, you guys have had practice the last couple of days. What have you seen early on in camp that you like about this Bishop Dwenger team as we enter a new season?
Well, I just think we already have that chemistry that normally takes a while to build, so I think we're already on top of that. Also, just the energy here is insane. Everybody's itching to get back. We finally get to have fans this year, so it's going to be a really fun year.
The level of expectation for Dwenger is always very high. You guys have won 4 consecutive sectional championships, and you graduated a lot of, Vinny and Brendan, guys that won a lot of football games on Friday nights. How do you go about making this your team and making sure that level of expectation doesn't fall at all, especially as a senior?
Well, that's always there. That expectation for any Dwenger team is always there, no matter, you're undersized, whatever. It's just that's what Dwenger is. We want to win. We like to win. So I think we're just going to take after those people. Like, we want to be like them, and we're going to, like this year, we got to come back with a chip on our shoulder, and we want to get that state championship.
When you take a look at quarterback position, Brendan had been a starter for 3 years. Coach was saying, there's about 4 guys right now competing for that quarterback position. As a receiver and as kind of the number 1 target, how do you go about elevating your game to make sure that those guys feel comfortable in those roles and kind of get them up to speed as to what a Friday night looks like in the SAC?
Well, actually, I think the competition with the 4 quarterbacks actually helps them a lot. Helps them compete every day. That way we're getting the best out of everybody. And, just like having experience with last year with Brendan, 3-year starter, it's not like I can explain to them some things that will happen in the games. You got to stay calm, keep your nerves down. So, yeah.
When you look at this offense, what do you see as the biggest strengths, and what are you guys going to have to do to be successful and utilize those strengths on a given Friday?
I think our defense is always a very big strength of Dwenger football because we hit hard, we run hard. Our run offense is very good as well, and I think our pass offense is really slept on. I think that people think with Brendan leaving, not having our 3-year starter, I think that they don't think as much of us as a passing offense, but I think we definitely still have that.
Final question for me, goals, expectations for this Bishop Dwenger team, what are they?
Win the SAC title and win a state championship.
Love it.
Yep.
Good deal, my man.
Yep, thank you.
All right, hey, so when you take a look at this Bishop Dwenger team, I know it's only been a couple days for full practice, but what have you seen out there that you like that has you thinking positively as we enter a new season?
I think we've been waiting way too long to be in pads. I think it's a smart thing of the coaches to do, just let us be healthy for as long as we can. But I think we've been ready to hit for a while, and we've been hitting pretty hard the last couple days.
Yeah, let's start on the defensive side of the ball. Tell me a little bit about this defense. What do you like? What do you see out there defensively that's going to allow you guys to excel as a unit?
I like that we have a lot of people coming back. Most of our defensive linemen are coming back. We have 2 really good corners. We got new people, outside linebackers that have experience playing defense at varsity level. So it should be a good year, and there's just a lot of experience coming back from last year.
You take a look at some of the, you got Vance coming back. You got, who else do you have coming back?
Adam Lee.
Groves coming
Gavin
back.
Groves, yeah.
Backfield. So just with that type of experience, how do you guys take the defense to the next level here in 2021 after what was a good season last year?
Yeah, we had a great defense last year, and I think it's just building upon what we've already gotten and just building, trying to make ourselves better every year. Not just every day, like every new year, but building upon what we've had the year before and years past too.
Let's flip to the offensive side of the football. Obviously Brendan Lytle was a 3-year starter quarterback. A lot of records here at Bishop Dwenger. So it kind of starts there with replacing the quarterback. But what do you like about this offense, and what have you seen so far in the last couple of days and in the offseason that you really like about this team offensively?
Oh, same thing with experience. I think all of our receivers last year were either juniors or sophomores that I can remember, and then our running backs too. Me, Gavin Groves, Adam Lee, Henry O'Keefe. We've all had varsity experience. I think our only varsity running back that we had graduate last year was Devin and Louis Tippmann. So, we just have a lot of experience coming back, and I'm just excited.
For this team, in your eyes, what do you think is the biggest key for having the success that you want to have in 2021?
Oh, just staying positive. We would get going in drives last year, and then it just seemed like we'd kind of die, especially in our regionals game last year. We just kind of lost energy, and I think if we just keep our energy throughout the whole season, we'll be able to beat anyone.
Final question, what are you most looking forward to in this upcoming season when, you finally get the chance to be a senior? The expectations are always, sky high for Bishop Dwenger, but what are you most looking forward to about stepping out on the field in 2021?
I'm just excited for it to be our year. I'm senior. I'm excited for homecoming and just having all the excitement of being a senior at Dwenger.
Anything right there, with you, with Mr. Vance, with Gavin Groves, you guys have a lot of experience in the defensive backfield. How do you guys try to help set the tone for what should be a pretty good defense for the Bishop Dwenger Saints this year?
Well, obviously, our defense is our main point in our team. If a team can't score points, they can't win the game. So that's how we look at every game. And with our secondary, we don't want to give up any big plays, and we got guys who can hit as linebackers and contain. So,
what do you think is going to be the key, and what did you learn from last season that you can apply this year defensively?
Probably play fast. Fly to the ball. Everybody gets the ball. We want 11 helmets on the ball every play and take the guy down.
When you look at this team, 4 consecutive sectional championships, but I know you guys have even bigger goals than sectional championships when it comes to Bishop Dwenger. So what are going to be the keys to making a long run in the postseason and, ultimately, in your guys' eyes, hopefully going down to Lucas Oil Stadium at some point?
Just sticking together as a team. Every year we go through adversity. Last year was COVID and all that. Sometimes we have injuries, and you just got to next guy up. You got to have that mentality.
Yeah, playing into that, last year you graduated a lot of leaders off last year's team. Brendan Lytle's a 3-year starting quarterback. Devin Tippmann, Vinny up front. Who are some of the guys that are going to need to step into and fill that leadership void based off graduation from last year?
We got guys like Mitchell Vogelweed and Ben Simcox. They're both playing middle linebacker, and they got big roles to fill, but I know they can do it. We lost Callan Stauffer last year, but we have good cornerbacks in the class under us. So.
Final question for me. What are you most looking forward to entering this 2021 season? A chance to kind of put your stamp and your class's stamp, if you will, on this Bishop Dwenger program.
Can you ask the question again? Sorry.
What are you most looking forward to about suiting up as a senior for Bishop Dwenger?
This year I'm just looking forward to the games. All the fans are allowed to come. It's just going to feel more like high school football, and it's going to be fun this year. So.
Good deal, my man. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I'm okay.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of said it, flying around. So, on our shirts, the motto this year is grit, and that was chosen by the seniors in January. And, so the fact that they're flying around tells you a little bit about it. I mean, it's a high-energy group. I think they're strong in their leadership. We got our largest senior class ever, 34 seniors. We got 155 full roster, which is our largest in history. So it's a great group, and excited to see where it goes,
Let's start on the offensive side of the football. You graduate a record-setting quarterback that's been a 3-year starter. You graduate a guy like Vinny Tippmann, who's played in the Big Ten, Devin Tippmann, who provided a lot of leadership and productivity. How do you go about replacing those guys, and where are some of the position groups? I mean, receiver position group to me, or pass catchers in general, seem like they're the guys that maybe take the torch first for you guys when it comes to offense.
Yeah, I mean, to the first part of that, it's a process, right? I mean, and year to year we're replacing guys like that, and I feel like we've got some guys ready to step up. At the quarterback position, it's a war right now. There's 4 guys battling it out, and some of those 4 guys play other positions, and so they'll find their way on the field one way or another. So we'll see how that shakes out. It's real competitive right now. The scrimmage will tell us a lot. Get some significant live action there. And it may be a process of a couple weeks. We'll see. Replacing Devin Tippmann, yeah, it takes a couple guys to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, starting with our captains, I think of KJ Tippmann. I mean, I think KJ can certainly do a lot of things that Devin was able to do. Obviously, he's a different young man and do some different things, but, we'll look to him for some leadership. Rocco, Adam Lee, Gavin Groves, guys like that are captains and some of our seniors.
When you look at the defensive side of the football, what is it that stands out to you, and what are going to be some of the keys for you guys to have the success that we've seen in the last few years? Really, specifically last year, people talked about the offense with Lytle and all those guys, but, a really solid defensive unit last season as a whole.
Yeah, I think, number one, all the years that we seem to have some speed and athleticism. This year, seems like that's especially true. I love our speed, our athleticism. Coach Fisher in the weight room all winter and this spring we did some really good things. We're seeing results in our strength evaluations and in our speed evaluations, and obviously Coach Nepper continues to develop and hone in on some things schematically, and so really excited to see back to our original flying around. Expect our defense to be flying around.
If there's one key or one thing that the X factor that the season might hinge upon for Bishop Dwenger, what is it in your eyes?
It's a great question. I think obviously it starts with defense for us. We're gonna have to be flying around. We're gonna have to play sound. Up front is going to be key. We're a little bit undersized from previous years. You know, we don't have the Vinny Cable, as you mentioned, or the Wigginton or the Joe Tippmann. We don't have that guy, but we've got a group of guys that are, you know, forgive the term again, but just gritty. And we feel like we can put bodies on bodies. We're athletic. We're probably as athletic, probably maybe the most athletic line we've had overall with speed and things like that. So, you know, a lot of things hinge on that. I think a lot of things hinge on the trenches for us, obviously on offense and defense. So that offensive line will be a vital piece.
Anything else you'd like to add?
No, thanks for the coverage, guys.
You got